Hello everyone, this video is for information and educational purposes. Alabama has been in the news a lot lately, from the Carlee Russell incident to the Montgomery boat beatdown. I'm glad those brothers helped the dock worker who was in need. I'm glad that they came to his rescue. That was an important thing of solidarity. Kudos to them for doing that. But I just want to point out a few interesting facts about Alabama. We're number one when it comes to football. I'm sure you can go around the state and ask anyone what team they prefer, and they will say Roll Tide. Whereas I'm an Auburn fan, and I would just say War Eagle for now. We haven't won a state game in a long time. We haven't been champions in the state in a long time. I'm just a fan. I didn't go to the school. I didn't attend that university, but I love Auburn football. There are some other good things about Alabama. They have a lot of natural resources and pretty good at bringing businesses to the state as well. But there are also some bad things about Alabama that you probably didn't know. We're in the bottom 10 when it comes to education. That means that as it relates to reading, writing, and arithmetic, we're pretty much dead last, save probably by Mississippi, who ranks even worse. There's also problems with Alabama when it comes to its dark history of civil rights. Alabama had one of the worst bomb attacks when 4 little girls were killed inside of a church because of the civil rights marches. Alabama also is the most gerrymandered state within the Union, even though the Supreme Court instructed Alabama to draw a more fair map. Thus far, it hasn't done that. One of the most gerrymandered states in the Union. Also, as I said, Alabama is not working toward an education lottery. There is no education lottery in the state, even though every state surrounding Alabama, such as Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, and Tennessee, have educational lotteries at their disposal. There is no education lottery in Alabama. Think about it. If we had an education lottery, the citizens of that state could benefit from the lottery by using it for education to sort of blunt some of the high costs of education. But no, we allow all of our citizens to cross various borders to buy lottery tickets just because our state will not pass a lottery. Guess what? As I said, we're last in education. We're also in the bottom 10 when it comes to poverty. A lot of our citizens live in poverty. It's sad, but it is true. Alabama prides itself on being a Christian conservative state, but it does nothing when it comes to the poor. We have so many poor people in the state that the state should be following the examples of Christ by helping those who are most in need. But there is one thing that Alabama actually is in the top 10 on, and that is Alabama ranks in the top 10 as one of the states that watches the most porn. Let that sink in for you. We're in the Bible Belt, but we watch a lot of porn here in Alabama. We're last in education, last in when it comes to being in poverty, but we do one thing well. We pride ourselves on football and porn. I hope we can turn this around in this state, whereas we can allow ourselves to expand our consciousness by promoting more for education, pushing more for funding for education, and better yet, bringing in a lottery. If we brought in the lottery, we could save all of those millions of dollars that pour across the state lines year after year into these other states. We could keep that money at home, helping our citizens to better expand their education. Because if you educate the populace, guess what happens? They vote according to logic. They start having more sound judgment when it comes to voting. They'll vote more in their interest, their best interests. And if the citizens are more educated, they'll make more logical and they'll make more good choices. But if you dumb down the population, they'll always be making dumb choices instead of smart ones. So this has been just a reminder that the more you know, the more you actually grow.